California is bracing for yet another powerful atmospheric river storm this week, marking the 12th significant storm since late December. While the heavy rain and snow this winter had been desperately needed to replenish the state's severely drained reservoirs and depleted groundwater, the barrage of storms has resulted in destructive and deadly consequences. An atmospheric river is like a conveyor belt of moisture that originates over the tropical water of the Pacific Ocean. They can carry more than 20 times the amount of water the Mississippi River does, but as vapor. As these storms pummeled the state in quick succession, the soil became oversaturated and vulnerable to flooding and mudslides. Daniel Swain, a climate scientist at the University of California at Los Angeles, stated that California has seen an unusually high number of storms this winter, with 12 significant atmospheric rivers so far. However, Chad Hecht, a meteorologist with the Center for Western Weather and Water Extremes, has tallied 29 so far, including some weaker systems and systems that only clipped California. Hecht noted that weak and low-end moderate storms tend to be less impactful and primarily bring beneficial precipitation to the state, while high-end atmospheric rivers are the big rain and snow producers that lead to more severe impacts. While the barrage of rain and snow has alleviated the drought, the storms have also been destructive and deadly. The soil has become oversaturated, making it vulnerable to flooding and mudslides. It is unclear how the climate crisis could be playing a role in the number of storms that hit the West Coast. Still, climate scientists have linked the climate crisis to an increase in the amount of moisture the atmosphere holds, meaning storms such as hurricanes and atmospheric rivers that are impacting the West Coast now will be able to bring more moisture inland than it would without climate change, leading to an increase in rainfall rates and flash flooding. Swain notes that this week's storm will be another event that will rapidly strengthen and could even come close to what's known as a bomb cyclone. The storm is expected to affect a large area of the California coast, from the San Francisco Bay Area to Southern California, bringing a whole litany of concerns that are probably greater than initially anticipated. Even widespread moderate rain at this point could exacerbate flood conditions in some places. Despite these hazards, California is lucky to have some breaks in between the storm cycles. And forecasters with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration reported last week that they expect the west spigot of rain and snow will likely turn off come April. The storms have also erased the dire impacts of the drought, particularly mandatory water cuts in parts of the state. Severe drought now only covers 8% of the state, with just over a third of the state remaining in some level of drought, the lowest amount in nearly 3 years. In conclusion, California is bracing for another powerful atmospheric river storm this week, marking the 12th significant storm since late December. While the heavy rain and snow this winter has alleviated the drought, the barrage of storms has resulted in destructive and deadly consequences. It is unclear how the climate crisis is playing a role in the number of storms that hit the West Coast, but climate scientists have linked it to an increase in the amount of moisture the atmosphere holds, leading to an increase in rainfall rates and flash flooding. Although the upcoming storm will bring numerous concerns, California is lucky to have some breaks in between the storm cycles, and forecasters expect the west spigot of rain and snow to turn off come April.